Hi, how are you doing today? I was wondering, do you want to go see a movie with me? Oh, you don't like movies? I'm not big into movies either. Maybe we can do something else, like maybe like go for a walk or maybe go for a cup of coffee. Oh, you don't drink coffee? That's funny. I don't drink coffee either. I don't even know why I said that. I mean, I like cocoa, but who really says, hey, you want to go for a cocoa? So that's why I said coffee. Well, maybe there's something else we could do. Like maybe, do you like walking? Oh, you run. Okay, we could go running sometime. Do I run? Yeah, of course, all the time. I love running. Does it sound like I'm trying too hard? If it does, you can kind of appreciate the movie that I'm about to review, Maps to the Stars, the latest movie by director David Cronenberg, and in it, I just find through the whole movie, he was just trying too hard. Now, David Cronenberg is what I would call a very interesting director. He's made a lot of movies over his career that have been very good, and one of the things you know about David Cronenberg's movies are they're going to be a little unique, but I'm okay with unique. I don't mind the freaky deaky. Sometimes for me the freakier the better, because it's different and it's non-cookie cutter, and that's what I love. But Maps to the Stars to me just fell short of the mark. Now, going into this movie, didn't really know a lot about it, and everybody kept talking about how fantastic Julianne Moore is. Well, Julianne Moore is a fantastic actress, but I didn't necessarily find her fantastic in this role. So let's take a step back. What is Maps to the Stars about? Well, it's kind of an inside scoop on Hollywood, and we meet this somewhat dysfunctional family. There is the father, who was a TV psychologist and who seems to have made a lot of money from his self-help books. Then there's the wife, who's basically the agent to their son, who's kind of like Justin Bieber but with blonde hair. And then there's the daughter that they've somewhat disowned. Well, meanwhile, this daughter that they've disowned has come back to Hollywood after suffering a horrific accident. Meanwhile, Julianne Moore's character is an aging actress trying to get that role and be in that movie and still prove that she's relevant to Hollywood. Now, this movie has been compared to David Lynch's Mulholland Drive, and I think that's a terrible comparison. Now, yes, they both deal with the backdrop of Hollywood, but that's pretty much where the parallel ends. Mulholland Drive was a fantastic movie, a movie that needs to be seen again and again just so you can put your mind around David Lynch's mind trip. But Maps to the Stars is a movie that you'd see once and you think to yourself, why did I see it at all? I'm not saying David Cronenberg's not a great filmmaker, I'm simply saying this wasn't a great film. Julianne Moore's talents are completely wasted in this movie, as she's basically put into scene upon scene where she's doing what most people would consider shocking things, but in actuality they aren't that shocking, but because Cronenberg's throwing these images on the screen, we're supposed to be shocked and appalled by what he's doing. And all I can think of is, why did Julianne Moore's agent put her in this movie? Because shocking just for the sake of being shocking isn't exciting to me. It's boring. It's been there, done that. And I'd expect more from Cronenberg. The two most interesting things to me about this movie were A, the nice people sitting behind me. A lady by the name of Violet and her friend Mark. And Mark was interesting because at the end of the movie, he stops and he says, well, that was interesting. Which is code for, well, that movie kind of sucked. Because if you think about it in life, nobody ever says interesting in a nice way. How's this dress, honey? Oh, it's interesting. I worked all day and I prepared this meal for you. What did you think? It was interesting. Probably not the right words you want to use in a positive scenario. So the nice people that I met behind me were one great aspect of this movie. And the popcorn that night was pretty great as well. And if I was here reviewing the nice people that I met or the popcorn, I'd give this movie a great mark. But unfortunately, I'm reviewing the movie that was on the screen, and to that end, I give it a D. I checked my watch so many times during this movie. Not because I was checking my smartwatch for the latest scores or because I wanted to see what the weather was going to be like or anything like that. Because I kept waiting for it to end because it was so excruciatingly painful. Kept thinking to myself, different things going through my mind, like Pinterest, what is that? Should I check that out? Or hey, I wonder what Monday Night Football is going to be like tomorrow because I saw this on a Sunday. But nowhere in my mind was I thinking, wow, this was a great movie. I was thinking, what a disappointment. What a disappointment. Don't be disappointed. Do not go to see this movie. So I'm giving it a D, and if C is for cookie, D is for do not see this movie under any circumstances. But if you end up seeing it, God help you, and please tell me what you think because I'd love to hear about it. As always, you can reach me at Twitter at CFL_fan, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier, and WittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking out this blog, and hopefully I have saved 2 hours of your precious life that you do not have to go and see Maps to the Stars. Until next time, I'll see you at the movies.